Hey, well, hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. I hope that everybody is doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing pretty good, but I am sleepy for some reason. I feel so, oh, and I think I know what it is. I think I'm not adding enough oil or enough, like a carrier oil to my various concoctions, for lack of a better term, because I just oiled my scalp. But before that, I was, bouncing in the Lord. I was vibrant. But then all of a sudden, I became a little, and I'm like, uh-uh, why are you feeling like this? You got too much to do, ma'am. You, you need to just wake up. So I don't know. I think it's this the essential oils that are in my hair oil or whatever. But nonetheless, as you can see here, I have a few citrus pieces, a couple of oranges and a lemon, you know. So I've been canning like crazy. And I'm I've done a lot of canning of some just jams and juices thus far, but I've made a lot of different, preserves or whatever. So, but I wanted to do one of my favorites because if you don't know, plum and orange marmalade are my favorites. Those are my two favorite: plum jam or plum preserve, and uh, a marmalade, like a lemon marmalade. I can do grapefruit. I made grapefruit last year as well. I made lemon, I made orange, and well, not think, and I made grapefruit marmalade, and I love that. I love marmalades. So anyway, so I'm not in the mood to, because I've, like I said, I've done a lot of them, so many different flavors. I'm not gonna tell you right now what the flavors are because I'm saving that for a different video or whatever. But I've done so many flavors. But today I want to do a couple of get started. I'm not done with the whatever I'm doing as far as the jams and juices are concerned. That was just the first batch, first small batch or whatever. But I got a few oranges. I've been eating some, but I saved a couple of them so I can put some marmalade on the shelf as well. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to um, slice, cut these up, get uh, the the peel off of them or whatever, slice them and da da da. But I'm not doing anything over a stove. And last year, when I did my marmalade. Now the other jams and stuff that I did last year, I did them on the stove. But today, but in my marmalade last year, I put it in my bread maker. Yes, your bread maker is your friend because they make yogurt and everything now. But I have to, yeah, I'm gonna just throw everything in my um, bread maker and wait till it's done. Then I'll water bath it once it's done. But I don't have time for that because another thing I need to do, I don't know if you can see in the background. Can you see? Oh, okay. Always when I make my beans, I ferment extra batches to put in the freezer. So anyway, I need to put these beans in the slow cooker so that they'll be ready for tomorrow. So I have just a couple of them. I'm not going to do both whole bags, just one, probably one and a half. But I also have some scrambled bacon. I'm calling it scrambled bacon, but it's just, bacon bits, bacon pieces or whatever. So I'm just going to put that in there. That's why these peppers are out as well. Hopefully this tastes is, I think I'm oh, it smells okay. I think I'm gonna taste it because I want it spicy. I need my stuff spicy. So I'm gonna start. See, and all I have to do per my this is my bread machine book. But my two manuals are also in here as well. So I just keep those together. No need for all of them to be separated. They're family. This is my present um, bread maker, and this is the old one. Let's see if I can find the front page of it. It looks separated somewhere. Okay, it's inside. This one is inside. Oh, you don't even have a front cover, do you? Or did I take you out? Let me see. Okay, here it is. This is the front cover of my old one. I missed this one. This is my Oster. And I think I miss it so much. But it didn't give up the ghost. It was still working by the time I gave it away. But what happened was um, the what's my jig'em stopped rotating. In the bread pan, the whatever you call this thing, it stopped working. So what I did was, because I had another bread maker, I took that bread pan out and put it in there, but it was too homemade for me, too rigged for me. So I just said, forget it, just buy you another one. But then I was impressed by the price of the Hamilton Beach one, but I didn't look well because it didn't really have all of the features that I wanted. I mean, it doesn't show you the level, the stages that the thing is on. So that's one thing that just my Oster would tell me it's now baking, or it's now mixing, or it's now proofing, it's now blah blah blah. So it doesn't do that. So I mean, but it works, and it was in my price range that I like to spend. So I just went ahead and got it. So let me see. I'm just looking at this because this one has the strawberry jam. It only has one recipe for, and the recipes are different too. A lot of the recipes are box mix, box cakes, box bread, or stuff like that. And I was like, why would you have all of these box mixes? Quick banana nut, quick bread. Is this quick bread mix? Is cornbread for a mix also? Corn muffin mix. All of these. So they want you to take everything out of a box. No, your purpose is, I mean, not that that's bad, but what I'm saying is, you put your ingredients together and put something together. They're telling you to get a box and put it in there. You don't need a box. I mean, if you're gonna use a box cake, you might as well just use the oven. That's very elementary. Elementary. So anyway, so that's that little small rant about that. So let me get to my recipe. But this one, it doesn't tell you stuff like that. That's for sure. But it also has, I think, 3 jams. Yeah, it has. It has the frozen berry, a orange marmalade, and a strawberry. And I mean, your orange marmalade, you can mix it. Alternate or swap out. You could, if you wanted to use lemon instead of orange, or grapefruit, like I did last year. That's the same what's the chicken that I use. Although lemon has more pectin in it, so you gotta kind of, you know, make up your own recipe, so to speak. So anyway, this calls for 1 1/4 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of powdered low sugar fruit pectin, which I don't have. So I'll have to make up my own. What's my jiggle? And just maybe put in, like this says 1 1/4 sugar. Maybe I'll just put 2 cups of sugar, or I might just leave it as is. I don't remember what I did last year. Sometimes I write my recipes down somewhere, and sometimes I don't, and I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to put them on my recipe cards from now on and put them in my recipe book as I'm supposed to. I have like 4 recipe books. It's like, okay, what are you doing? So anyway, and this is 3 large oranges and 1 lemon, and all you have to do is, with the vegetable peeler, shave off the bright layer of peel from 1 orange and the lemon, and then you chop it finely, and get rid of the pith, and whatever, and then just put all of your ingredients together in your baking pan and let it go. I think what put it on the proper setting or whatever. And I'm going to add extra because I always save a lot of these pills for various things. So I'm going to add a little extra probably because I like my marmalade full of what's my jingle. Actually, I think I also for candies. My father had taught us a long time ago how to make candy, and from watermelon and from the peels of what's some jiggle. Ain't nothing like a country boy, y'all. He lived in the city, but the country was in his heart. But anyway, so anyway, let me get started with the pill and everything and whatnot because I want to hurry up and get done so that I can put those beans on so that the beans will be ready in the morning. So I'll come back once everything is ready and show you because another thing, well, I'll show you, I'll tell you when I come back. Hopefully I don't forget. Okay, so I have finally have everything chopped up. I have my oranges chopped up, although some of them could be smaller. And I left the pith on because I think that's what I did before. And it's not a bitter pith or anything like that. So, where's my knife? So I got that done. I shouldn't even be bothered with this. Let me just leave them like they are. So I have the pith. The pith. I have the oranges done. And the thing I was going to say is that, and here's my baking pan. The paddle is down in there. I don't know why things are so dark feeling looking. Anyway, so because you can, if you want to try making jelly on your own or jam, and you may not feel like you can on the stove. Again, Betsy, your bread maker could suffice. And another thing that is so cool that there is a jelly and jam maker. I think it's Ball that makes a jam and jelly maker. So it makes both, which is really cool. I mean, canning is so cool. Oh, dang. You know what I meant to do? I meant to measure out how much this actually was because I believe it's how many cups was it looking for? Uh, oh, it doesn't. Oh, it's not really looking for cups, but I still wanted to know because for future reference because I was just getting ready to use regular pectin, but I just remembered I do have low sugar pectin. It's about one, two, three, maybe about four or so cups of that. But yeah, so it's you have the jelly and jam maker by Ball, and if you're feeling intimidated in any kind of way, I mean, just I was just gonna say, canning is really at this stage in life with technology and everything, and our modern this, that, and the other. There's also these particular what do you call them? Canning, instant canning pots and stuff like that. So you don't even have to use your stove anymore. You just use a plug-in electric canner, which is really cool. It has really advanced. I'm sure our grandparents and great grandparents never thought that they would, although they probably, some of them probably wondered if they thought of it, like, oh, how could I do this differently and or whatever. Although back in those days, another plus was that women got together and canned. Women, sisters, mothers, daughters, grandmothers, friends, neighbors, church members, all that kind of stuff. So here's my orange peel, and then this is the lemon peel. So I just kind of put them in different, sizes or whatever. Some are a little longer and whatever. So I'm just going to throw that in here. But yeah, so it's really cool. And I'm thinking, maybe in a year or two, by God's grace or whatever, I might get one of those electric ones as well. But I do love the one that I do have because it's almost like being electric on the stove. Very straightforward, and once you get the hang of it or whatever, really cool. So now for the lemon. This is the lemon that needed to be cut up. I just, it took the seeds out. Although those seeds make a great pectin, but the way you would do it, you put the seeds in maybe a Muslim cloth or something like that, and then put them, boil them until you make the pectin from it. So, but that's not me right now. But you know how I am. Down the line, I definitely will try it. But right now, I'm purchasing pectin. Actually, I have to use up the one I have because I've had it a little long, and I'm surprised it's even still working. Prayerfully, this low pectin one is still working. Excuse me. I don't even have a towel over here. So, okay, so now we have all of that in. Just gonna move it around a little bit. So our recipe here calls for 1 1/4 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of powdered low sugar pectin. And I have the powdered low sugar pectin here. Let me see. And where am I? Okay, let me get the sugar. So let's measure our sugar. Let you see my little friend inside of there. So now it says 1 1/4. I'm probably gonna do 2 cups because I think I have a lot inside of here, a lot of product. So I'm thinking loosely 2 cups of sugar, and I hate when I always go on my own doing stuff, but here I go. So anyway, I didn't put the whole amount, just under 2 cups of sugar. You back where you were. Then, Lord, please let this pectin still be okay, because so it says 2 tablespoons, excuse me. So 2 tablespoons of low sugar pectin. I'm just gonna do 2 and a smidgen under, and what I have left is like a teaspoon, which may not be very productive in any place else, but as a matter of fact, I probably should put it all in there. So I have everything ready. I think, let me make sure. Yep. So I'm gonna plug it in and gonna get started. So what I might do is come back to show you my finished products, because once it's done, it's just about an hour and 20 minutes. Uh-oh. Okay. About an hour and 20 minutes. Then I'll can it, like I said. And the canning, I think it's about 10 to 15 minutes to can, to water bath can it. And what I'm going to do in the meantime is put my crock pot on the other side. So I'll be back in a bit. Shouldn't open this, but I just wanted you to see what it's doing. I think this is clear enough. Yeah, so it's making its little juice. It starts out by maybe like, shoot, almost 15 minutes or so, that it'll just heat up. It doesn't, the paddle doesn't move. It's just heating up everything, getting everything all hot and whatever. But it smells amazing in this place. Even before this started, when I cut up everything, everything was smelling so good, but it really smells so delightful, or whatever. So anyway, just wanted to quickly show you. I want to open it, but I don't want to let out any of the heat because it's only an hour and 20 minutes, and machines are different from human beings. So anyway, I don't want anything to go bad or go wrong, you know what I mean? So anyway, just want to show you that. Look at all of that goodness. I don't know if you can see the liquid in there, but it is, oh, I bet it's so tasty. But anyway, let me get off of here. I'll be back. I think you can see it. It's, you see the bubbling, so it's cooking. You see the bubbling? Yeah. Just wanted to show you that. It smells amazing in this house, though. Okay, so our marmalade is done. I did have to do some tweaking to it, fortunately or unfortunately. But let me see if I can show you. Oh, it's not really a good picture of what it's supposed to look like. But let's get it canned, or let's get it bottled up, and then let's get it canned. So anyway, first of all, thank you if you've made it this far in the video. Also, thank you so much for canning marmalade with me, making and canning marmalade. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope that you're encouraged to use your bread maker or other vessels, or if it's just a pot, whatever, to make something, make some applesauce or do something that you can put on your shelf. And that would be very good because your children or grandchildren or just yourself will love it. But it looks great. It's very hot and looks great. And I will take the pith off next time because I don't like the color of it. But my jars are in here and they've been warming forever. I only put in 4 jars, and I'm probably going to need more than 4. But if I do, excuse me, if I do, then I'll just put another one in. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to take every last one of these out right now. Normally, it depends on the person. Some people do it one by one at a time, but I am going to take each out. Yep. And I just had it on low. And remember, this took an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to turn my heat up just a little bit so that by the time I'm ready to put these back in, because I just put them in to keep them warm. You want to keep them warm. Anything, this is the way it goes. You have warm food, your jar should be warm, your water should be warm. Or I'm saying warm, but it's hot. You know what I mean? And if it's everything and come the same way, if something is cold, your jar should be cold and your water should be cold, and you bring it up to temperature. Because if you put hot into cold and cold into hot, you could risk losing your product. You know what I mean? You could wind up your jars could crack or anything like that. So let's see how I'm going to do this. Yeah, I might have more, but I was going to say I only have 1 jar clean, but that's not true. I do have some more jars clean. This almost looks like my peach preserve too. It smells so nice. And then I'm going to fill them 1 to 1/4 head space. Give them 1/4 head space, and then once we do that, I think that's almost about right. But I'll measure it once I'm done. Let me just fill them first. Then I will measure. Then I will clean my rims. Then we will put the lids and the, now that looks like too much. Put the lids and the bands on, and we will put them into our canner. And I did neglect to say that we will also debubble, which is what this is. It's used to measure. You probably can't see the measurements on there, but it's used to measure as well as get the air bubbles out of your product. Yep, looks like I'm going to have a bit more. And what I could do, because I don't have to can every bit of them, I could also make one. Now, although this should be hot, I mean, this should have been in the washing machine. I'm just going to run hot water over it, and that will suffice for now. Can't see what I'm doing. Just taking, these guys are hot too. I'm just running this around inside of there just to relieve any air bubbles that may be in there. And normally, once you debubble, then you measure, because once you debubble, you may need more product inside of your jar. Let me put. I'm just gonna debubble this real quick so I don't forget that I didn't. This looks like it could go inside of a pie. It almost looks like, what's that pie? It's not a pie. Peach cobbler. Just gonna put that there for now. Let's see how hot this is. So, yeah, once you know, if you've never canned before, the best place to start is, of course, with jams and jellies, pickles, salsa. Uh-oh, I'm always putting this in your way. Or, you know, water bath canning things, you know. Then move your way to what do you call it? Pressure canning. I already know that this one is going to need more in it. Just want to measure. Of course, this is, it could use a little taken out. Just, yeah, of course. This one is kind of perfect, but not exactly. Finish it off. And oops, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Put a little bit more here. And just a tiny bit more. Put a tiny bit more here. So, and you always want to make sure you do put the correct headspace. Don't be a, you know, we do rebel stuff, but don't do too bad rebel. Don't take it to the umpteenth level of rebel. Speaking, look who talking, the rebel of all rebels. No, I'm just kidding. So now everything except for that one is, you know, basically let me put a little bit more in that one. Although I should be using my, see, that's what I was just gonna say, I should be using my, what's the jiggle? Oh, it's perfect. The directions or whatever say that you probably get about 4 cups. So I'm happy with that. Just doing a little careful debubble again. Now I just have a little water and vinegar on my this napkin here. I'm just going to clean the rim as well as the top of the rim. I don't know. I guess this is the rim. Just smelling it, making sure that I'm using the side or the part with good vinegar on it. This thing is hot. You see some that comes off. So I always try to get the, of course, get the top as well as the sides. It's gonna be messy because you want to make sure that your lid adheres to the top of this thing and there's no impediments. Otherwise, you won't get a seal, and you're not that, you know, I mean, if it's one, that's okay, but if it's more than one, you know, you made them in order to put them on your pantry shelf, not in your refrigerator. So you want it to be shelf stable. But I don't want any frost seals. I don't want anything in my refrigerator. I don't have a large refrigerator, and I have several of us using it, so you want to make sure that whatever does not need to be in the refrigerator, I don't know if I remember if I did this one or not, but yeah, but you know, you want it in the, okay, so anyway, sure. And I am using a newer brand. I think they're from this year. The company just started up this year, if I'm not mistaken. one more, and just put it on finger tight. Don't tighten it down too much, even though it seems like you should, because even with mine, it's so funny, but it's the way it's supposed to be. But what happens is once they are come out of the what's my jigger, my rings are loose on here, almost coming off, but that's how it's supposed to be. And I'll be right back. I need to get one more bake. Okie dokie, got everything on. Now it's time to put everybody in the canner. Oh shoot! The water is boiling a bit, and I just have a little bit of water in here, so I do need to add more because it's a water bath, which means that it should cover these jars. So I do have some water in here. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but if not, I'll just put more in. More hot water. Yeah, it's going to require more. So I'll fill this up one more time, and I'm sure we'll get, I'm going to turn it up also while I'm doing that. So let me just fill this with hot water, and it just needs to be at least an inch over the jars. And what I'll do is come back when they're done. It only takes 10 minutes, so I'm going to wait till it bring it up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, I'll do my countdown for 10 minutes. And once the 10 minutes is up, I'll turn it down or off actually. Wait 5 minutes, and then I will bring them out. So my timer just went off, and I let it sit with the top off for 5 minutes. And now I'm going to remove them. And remember, when removing, even though it's got water on it and you might be tempted to tilt it, just bring it straight up out of the water and straight down. Don't tilt it, because that could, cause your seal to not fix, or, it just cause your siphoning. Could cause so many things. It's not necessary. Just let the water remain on there for now. So I have cleaned up all of my mess, and I cleaned out my bread maker, wiped it down really good with a little water and vinegar, so it'll be nice and clean and shiny. So what's going to happen now is that I am going to cover these. Okay. Like, where's your cover, ma'am? So I'm just going to cover these. Oh, no painting yet? Oh, I see this one has a conclave, so it's already up. There's another one. When it pops like that, it's sealing and whatnot. So anyway, so I'm just going to cover these and let them stay for 24 hours. So in 24 hours, there's another pop. In 24 hours, I will take the bands off and clean the jars up and put them on my shelf. Well, of course, I'm going to label them, put the name of the product and the date and everything. So everybody except for one has sealed thus far. Oh, there that one goes. So they've all sealed. So I thank you again for hanging out. And I know you noticed, you probably saw that all of this grape juice on this. I haven't even attempted to wash it, but I'm going to do it whenever. So because I hope the stain does come out a little bit. Hope I'm able to get it out. But anyway, thank you again for hanging in there with me and walking with me while I made my marmalade. and canned it. And this is, although this is a sweet something, there are so many variations. You can put ginger in here. You can put peppers in it to make it spicy. Oh, that was so delightful. I will be doing some variations as time goes on. My next projects are going to be a little bit different. And you know, you can use this on a, you know, put it on a cracker. It doesn't have to be on bread. You can put it with your pork chop or with a fish or with a chicken, you know, when you baking it or whatever. You know, so many things that you can do. You're not limited to just put it on a biscuit or something or a toast or whatever. It has so many options, you know, you have so many options. So anyway, thank you so much again for hanging out with me. Love you. Bye bye for now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, especially if you want to see more canning videos, because I'm going to be doing more canning videos. No, I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye bye for now.